Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Misfits. It's the 4th of July weekend, so, well, we're here to blow stuff up. No. Well, I am back at my home QTH, so it'll be a little odd. I'm getting used to being back home again. The chat is open. Hello, Wendell. Hello, Brenda. Little phone lines are up. Thank you, Ross, at Yerg's Radio. You can also listen on yergsradio.com if you're not able to watch, which we hope you're able to watch. And you can also call us at 1-888-88-YERGZ. And thank you to the Parapost Network. All right, well, let's see who else I got hiding back here. I got the beautiful and talented Cheyenne. How are you?
Hello.
And hello, Nicole. How are you? Welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe and all that fun stuff. I'll change that while I'm looking at it. I'm exhausted. That's how I am. I have been on the road all day.
Just mentally drained from yesterday.
Yeah, I've been on. Oh, everything okay?
It was my last day at work.
Well, I mean, that could be a good and bad thing because you're advancing your career.
Well, good in that sense, but Lord, we were all crying all over each other whenever we left.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I hope that you're happier in the long run, though.
Well, hopefully, but I had some of the best teammates I could ask for.
It's always good to have a talented team surround you and a team that supports you. You're always here for me, so I appreciate everything you do. She says she can't. Brenda says she can't hear Shay. I hear you loud and clear. And there is Luke, the legend.
Hello.
How are you? Welcome,
Wonderful.
Luke. How are you?
You ready to destroy your computer?
We're just bitching about how bad our day's been. So how bad has your day been?
I feel like I'm gonna. I need a mental health retreat.
Isn't there a something about the moon or the stars or something? Because it's all everybody's feeling so kind of crappy.
The moon can go screw itself. How about that?
Is it a full moon? I'll have to look.
Who wants to go shopping with me? I love shopping. Let's go.
Yeah. Brenda wants to go. Shoes are half off for her, so
that's crazy. My underwear is completely off.
Well, as long as you're not twirling it around. So.
It's not big enough to twirl.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm just kidding. I one time gave myself a black eye.
What?
Yep. I was naked and I was gyrating just right in the eye.
Wow.
You know, it's funny. I have done that with my own tits before.
That's crazy.
Scary thing is I'd like to see that.
And here I was thinking that black eye came from you not knowing how to make a sandwich.
Sandwich?
Now, apparently we had a new moon yesterday, so that could be partially.
Oh, a new moon. A child moon.
I didn't get a werewolf lover, so
Oh,
So does that mean that the energy levels are all zapped, or are they supposed to be recharged, or what?
let's see.
okay. So it just depends on how the moon affects you, right? So, for instance, my ruling planet is the moon, and the day that I was born, the ruling planet on the day I was born is also the moon. So I'm a double moon, right? On top of that, the year I was born is also ruled by the moon. So I'm triple moon. So I'm totally screwed up. And the day I was born, the moon was like a waning crescent or whatever, closer to a new moon. So whenever there's a full moon, the only time I get sick is during a full moon. The only time something super bad happens to me is during a full moon. I sleep like crap. I hate everybody. I hate, and I love to moon. Very good, Brenda. Yes.
So apparently it can cause a lot of low energy, and it should be a reset, but maybe we have to wait till God's day.
Well, I think I only got like 4 hours sleep last night too, so I think that had something.
Love
And driving for 4 hours. Oh,
Love that.
yeah, I get to drive and come back into Atlanta traffic. I missed it so much.
I love Atlanta traffic. One time when I was driving down to Florida, I had to drive through Atlanta during rush hour. And that was 3 hours of my life that I will never want to do again.
Yep, yep. And when I worked for DeKalb County, my station was right there where 285 and 85 and everything comes together. And if it rained, we were on the interstate continually. So yeah, I hate the interstate. I hate traffic.
Can I ask you a question about? So I know that a flag with a blue line in it means police, but what does the red line mean?
For firefighters?
Firefighters. Okay.
Yeah. And then,
so what do I fly if I want to support both?
there's actually one, because this is supposedly now racist, and so is this.
Why?
Don't ask me. I don't make the rules. Apparently, somebody that I don't know, because it discriminates, because this is for cops and that's for firemen. I really don't know the answer.
I don't believe that I am not racist. The only race that I hate is the one you have to run. Okay. Terrible.
Well, I hate those a lot. So if you see me running, someone's chasing me.
I was thinking about it the other day, and I thought, you know who the least racist people in the whole world are? Blind people, because to them, everyone's black.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But so now, to answer your question, there is now a public safety flag, and so it has a red stripe, a blue stripe, a white stripe for paramedics, gold stripe for dispatch, green one for military.
Everyone gets their own flag now.
Yeah, it's like I don't understand it.
It's funny because I only figured all that out from looking at Thin Line's
station
their
logo
merch shop. No, their merch shop.
Oh,
I was like, what is all this different? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a flag for everything and everybody now. I don't know. I don't care. I'm too tired to care anyhow. But if we're gonna get petty enough to complain about a line on the flag, I mean, technically, if you want to look at the rules, this is a violation of flag code. You're changing and altering the flag. So
yes, it is.
Technically, okay, so
you can't do it.
So gray is
anarchy.
Corrections, yellow is dispatch.
Gray is what?
Blue. It says corrections. Their shirt has one that has the different ones on it. Gray says corrections. Yellow says dispatch. And it looks like EMS and police are both the same color blue.
EMS was supposed to be white, I thought, but
can
you all hear this?
Nursing
there's a war in the neighborhood.
Oh, I know.
Nursing is white, but with a red line through the middle of it.
Nursing? When the hell did nurses get a flag?
Listen, I now identify as a paramedic, interracial, interspecies, bisexual,
military nurse,
PTSD, polycule.
You have to explain that one.
I just keep saying that word on Facebook. I don't know what it means.
Polycule?
Yeah, what does that mean?
I have no
I've never heard of it.
I guess if you're in a certain type of polyamorous relationship, it's called a polycule. Like if one person is dating somebody, but that person is dating somebody else, and those two aren't involved.
But a polycule.
Yes.
That's weird.
I think that's what it means. I keep saying it on Facebook, and I'm not into all that. Listen, I don't care about labels. I just like having sex with people, and
me too.
I don't care. Like just
sit
on my face.
In practice, a polycule is a group of non-monogamous people linked by romantic and sexual relationships. So yeah, pretty much what you were saying.
Brenda said her flag is a wheelchair.
Yeah, didn't one-legged people get their own flag? Just one.
What's our topic tonight? Because I had something I want to talk about, but I don't want to go off topic.
It's toxic friendships today.
Ooh, okay.
We've all had one of those.
I have had quite a few people reach out, and I posted in a couple different subreddits, and I had quite a few people reach out with stories. And someone specifically messaged me one because it was too long for them to put in the comment somewhere.
Well, did you tell them where our channel was that they could call? They could even call in with their story. 1-888-88-YERGZ. 1-888-88-YERGZ. So
might have to go shoot the link under where I commented.
Wendell wants to know, is there ever a topic? Well,
sometimes.
Usually. We try and we put one out there, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. You know,
listen, before we get into that, I just want to touch base on what you said, Glenn, about all the fireworks going off in your neighborhood. Here's my old man rant.
War zone. I don't know how you can't hear this.
Here's my old man rant. Everyone is talking about how crappy the economy is and how there's a recession, and oh my god, it's $7 for a carton of eggs, the world is ending. But y'all out here spending millions. I am in a neighborhood where every other house spent at least probably $500 on fireworks. Y'all are literally burning money, literally exploding it into the air in seconds. But the economy is crap. Oh God, it's so awful.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I'll come to the defense of the rednecks. We do like to blow shit up. So
yeah, but don't complain about the economy and say that everything's so expensive if you're going to spend half of your monthly allowance on literally just blowing things up.
I mean, it is America. We do like to blow things up. We
love to complain.
What was the quote in Iron Man? War is good and we're good at war, or something like that. We're good at it. So
listen, I'm a millennial that has a house. And part of the reason I have a house and pay a mortgage is because I don't spend money on blowing things up.
I'm with you, but I don't mind watching them, but I did notice in Tennessee, because of all the dry weather, while I was up there, they have drone shows now. Which I watched one, the Gatlinburg, because they took off. I don't know if you've ever been to Gatlinburg. There's like a little mini Space Needle, and they took them all off from the top of the Space Needle, and it just looked. I thought it looked better than real fireworks. It was pretty darn cool.
I saw one that was like in the shape of a dragon, like all the drones, and the ones on its wings shot out sparks. And I was like, that's really cool. I liked that.
Yeah, they went up in like a shower, and then they blew up, and then when they came back down, they went and did something else. And yeah, it was cool. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Well, there was a group on America's Got Talent a couple years ago where their whole thing was they did drone shows.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah. Actually, I guess I'd never just paid attention to it because I thought it was cool. But for areas where there's high fire danger, that's a great idea.
I prefer
Because
to
not
use
only,
drones for military strikes.
well, I got a story about that. But not only do we, we like to blow shit up, we like to burn shit down too. So we're good at that.
100%. 100%.
I got a good drone. I got a good drone story though. We're talking about the economy. Well, Obama, when he was in office, he decided that he wanted to kill less people with drones because if you shoot a big rocket, it kills a whole bunch of people. So he went to the Air Force and said he wants a Hellfire missile that fires a sword and can get one person. Now, I would love to have seen the guy in the Air Force plane and go, wait, you want me to do a throwing knife on a missile? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's a
America
fires a sword.
Heck yeah.
We are definitely so good at killing people and blowing shit up here in America. So,
oh my god,
it's kind of what we're known for. So, it's kind of why we have the 4th of July, I guess.
Yeah. Every time I go to the airport, I get stopped, and they always try to detain me because I got this bomb dick.
Oh.
Explosive.
All right, Shay, we'll get into your stories because I know Luke has a great story too. So we don't want to miss out on his story since we've only got you for an hour, Luke.
So our first story comes from Distinct Company 613. They said, "Hi, 34 female, have been best friends with this person, 35 female, for over a decade. We grew up together and she stayed with my family for several years because of family problems happening in her home. Now we are in our 30s. We are both married, but my marriage took me several hours away by car. We've stayed in touch over the years and it has mostly been pleasant. However, I've always noticed that my friend has a recurring cycle of issues with people in her life, and the way she goes about it has gotten more and more toxic over the years. If you disagree with her, she ignores you and punishes you. On more than one occasion, we would argue and she would do petty things like killing our Snapchat streak after 2 years. I don't really care, it's just Snapchat. Or leaving me on red when I send her pictures of my young kids. I don't really respond to that type of behavior. It triggers me to feel like she thinks she has control of our friendship. A few months ago, we argued about something silly. She had been complaining about her close friend for a long time. Like, just about every conversation we had would have some sort of detour to complaining about this friend. Then one day she complains like usual and asks for my input. I ask her why she's friends with her if she's constantly complaining. This ended horribly as she twisted and made it so that I was unreliable because I'm too emotional, and that I can't be trusted because I can't control my emotional outbursts. I don't even remember the last time I complained about my friends. I have 3 kids and genuinely don't have time or capacity for such childish behavior. I'm very protective of my peace, having grown up in an extremely abusive household from both parents. So when someone presents them to me in a toxic way, I just automatically back out. I automatically back off. Several months have gone by and this friend reaches out to connect and talk things out. We set a time to speak the following day, and the time comes and she doesn't ring. I wait a little, send her a text, and when that doesn't work, I went ahead and decided to call her, which she also didn't answer. This left me feeling confused as I had made time to step away from my kids, and when I got nothing from her, I was starting to get frustrated. Finally, after 7 hours, she texts me and tells me she doesn't feel like talking anymore, which ignited rage within me. Why reach out if you're going to flake? I felt it was so absurd and rude of her to disrespect my time. Having to get away from 3 kids is not easy. I responded to her with a very hard boundary and I told her I was frustrated that she couldn't respect my time. She even admitted to ignoring my call. I set the boundary and she hasn't spoken to me since, and it has been 4 months now. I'm thinking it might be over for now.
4 months. Is there a limit?
No.
I mean, unless you have a 2-year restraining order, I guess that would be a limit. But
I mean, it's however long you want it to be. I mean,
yeah, but there's
sounds
also those friends that you don't talk to for 6 months, and you pick up the phone and call them, and it's like you stopped talking yesterday. So,
yeah, I'm lucky to have several friends like that, considering I live about an hour and a half away from where all my typical friends live.
well,
And
you
I
all are
mean,
my only friends, so just seeing y'all online is enough for me. So I don't have any real friends. So
You don't want to see me in person? You don't want to snuggle up?
oh, well, heck yeah! When we get famous, we're gonna do a Vegas show. All of us. We're gonna have a live Misfit
Ooh.
show in Vegas. So
Can it have strippers?
we can have anything we want because we'll
Ooh,
be
and I want
rich
I
and
want
famous.
I want one of those t-shirt cannons, and I want to shoot t-shirts at people and go, "Hot tour,
Well,
hot tour."
you're gonna pay for the insurance on that because if you shoot one person in the eye, you're on your own. So
Well, I've shot a lot of
they
people in the
might
eye, and they get
they might
over it.
thank him for it.
as
Right.
soon as I
Right.
said that, I was like, no way.
Yeah, God, you walked in. I mean, you just sprinted right into
I
that.
did. I did.
God.
I'm not on my A game. So
Well,
I'm
it
on the
sounds like that's
Z
actually,
game.
I don't want to sound pessimistic, but that actually sounds like a very common dynamic that a lot of friends have. I mean, that story sounds so similar. I could have just
Mhm.
named 5 people that have gone through the same thing. Like, that's just life, man. It sucks,
I
but it's
Well,
agree.
life.
it sounds very similar to a situation I found myself in. And I think at that point, you can try and reach out and, make amends, but in the end, you've got to decide, I don't have 3 kids. This lady has 3 kids, but you have to decide whether that's worth any of your time emotionally.
Investment for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, honestly, the writer of that sounds like she has a lot of emotion and care and love for this friend, and
Hmm.
she's struggling mentally with growing and moving on in her life. It
Whereas
can
it
be
seems
hard.
whereas the friend doesn't seem
Yeah.
to be in that same,
Reciprocate that. Yeah.
So
which,
I can speak on this. My best friend of 18 years now, 18 years, is moving this week to Tennessee, 6 hours away. And it's been very difficult for me the past couple months with preparing for it because he's been my brother for 18 freaking years. And knowing that he's not going to be down the street for when my mom dies, or if something happens to me and my husband, or my dog dies, and he's not going to be down the street to come and hold me while I cry, is
it's hard.
terrifying. It's terrifying. And
Yeah.
so
I can
I've been a
see.
little bit emotional about it. However, I think that he likes to try to avoid emotions, and he doesn't want to face that. So he's been rather cold and heartless, because I think that he thinks it's easier if we have like a break, almost, where it's almost like a, well, blah, blah, blah. Like, so he's made comments the past couple weeks like, well, we don't really hang out anymore, so it's not a big deal. Like,
No,
and it's
it's a big
just,
deal to me.
it's a very big deal. And
Yeah.
he's like, well, it is what it is. And it's just, it's difficult because I'm struggling to think about who I'm going to be as a person without my best friend 5 minutes down the road.
It was very much the same thing whenever I moved up here away from my best friend, who was a former manager of mine, and is the best human, best person I could have met. And we had planned, like, it would just be, hey, I'm having a crappy day. You want to go? We'll go meet up at Burger King. We'll go walk around the store and just talk, and we'd go eat and just go fart around all the time together. We had our like girls' days where we would like hit up all the Goodwills going down, like heading down towards Huntington our way, and then we'd go to the mall and we'd go get Chipotle. We had a certain routine that we would do together. And then whenever it came to time like for me to move, we had planned like, okay, well, we're going to go to dinner this day and that's when we're going to have our dinner. And then it was probably about 3 days later that I was getting ready to leave. And the day before that, I was like, no, 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 I have to see you again. and we were both just, she's one of those two that's not very emotional. She's the more level-headed out of the two of us, and even she was just like, I was hoping that you were gonna call.
I think when I moved from Washington D.C. to Tennessee, like the high school friends, I mean, well, shoot, we had started grade school together. I'd been there so long, and
grade school like in the 1800s.
It was rough. We had to walk uphill both ways in the snow. And Abraham Lincoln, that bastard. But he made us read books.
And he freed the slaves.
He did, but he wrote a lot of long letters we had to read. It was tedious. But I think I was the one that was more like, yeah, I'm just moving. It'll be okay. And of course, back then, like Luke said, we didn't have the internet. We would send letters and calls and stuff. But I don't know. Now, do you all go to like your high school reunions and stuff like that? I've not been to a single one, and I'm on my 60s.
My 10-year was end of last month, and I was like, no.
This is going to sound so shocking, and I know you're not going to believe this, but I was homeschooled, so I don't have a reunion.
His high school reunion is every family get together.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you don't have to worry.
I got bullied relentlessly. My teachers would just call me an F slur all the time. No, I was in public school system all through elementary and middle school, and I got bullied very, very hard for some reason. Like, kids don't like feminine boys. It's so weird, right? And so I finally, like, my mom pulled me and took me to a private school, and the private school was like 10 times worse, and they kicked me out. And I got kicked out of private school. And so I was like, well, I can't go back to public school. So I just did my 4 years of high school online. And that was a lot better because then I got to go and start a job and have a daytime job and have friends that were older and more mature and graduate earlier. And it was very beneficial. So I see kids online, I see people my age online that I went to like elementary school with. And it was really weird. The other day I was with my husband at like a boat sport and travel show here in Indianapolis. And I was walking around and I legitimately saw somebody I went to like first grade with, and he was married and he had 2 kids. And I was just like, the last time I saw him, he was 7. Like, this is, so it's very weird being old.
Yes, it is.
I still have like that little tiny handful of people that like, I have a childhood best friend that my mom used to babysit her before we were in school. We were in elementary, middle, and high school together. We graduated together, and she's that kind of friend that like, it'll have been nearly a year since we talked, but we'll pop up somewhere and happen to be at the same place. And I mean, we've been friends literally my entire life. So she's that kind that it's like, you talk to her like you just talked to her yesterday.
Yeah, I have a friend like that.
True story.
It's very much that like, oh, I knew you a long time ago. Ew, don't talk to me.
True story. The friend that I was closest to, I mean, we were 3rd grade on. I had to get a restraining order during the last election cycle. He lost his mind on me. And as a public servant, we have kind of different social media rules, and we don't post certain things. Usually hot topics, religion, politics,
for sure,
sexual orientation, whatever. because
What'd
they
you
may
call me?
see it online, and then I'm in your house taking care of you or your family member or something. And so it's kind of a rule for social media. And he couldn't get that through his head. He's like, I know what you're doing. You're giving money behind the scenes and da da da. I'm like, dude, do you not know what freaking firefighters make? I have no money. I've got no money. I got 3 kids. So yeah. So we ended up having to get a restraining order because he was like sending my wife pictures of Nazi dildos.
His wiener?
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have been that big. But yeah, we ended up having to get a restraining order. So, and I know he listens to the show. He listens to it on podcast. So, yeah, I do know your probation officer. Yeah, and I do know his probation officer's phone number if he bothers me. So,
ooh, I hope he watches me and touches himself.
He would be extremely upset about you, and I don't understand this. We grew up together in the nation's capital, where it was the mixing bowl. But
I've been mixed a few times.
He took a right turn. Is it a right turn or a left turn? He took a turn. I don't know which way.
He took a turn to the right.
Probably a right turn.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
So yeah, well, see, there you go. I don't know the difference between right and left. And then somebody's like, "Were you red or blue?" Shit, I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. Fireman, I wear red. Is that something? I don't know, but
oh Lord, don't tell him that.
Is that bad? I don't know. I really don't know. So, and you know what? It's not knowledge I want to jam in my head because I don't care. That's perfectly honest with you.
Agreed.
How the heck are you not hearing that the house is shaking? Holy cow.
I can't hear anything.
We're down.
You have really good noise suppression.
Yeah, we're one street off the lake, and they're on the pier shooting them back over. So they're all kind of going off above us. So, well, I'm hoping to later, but it's a long dry spell. I've been in Knoxville for a month. So.
So our next story that we have
she just changes the subject.
Comes from Cultural Salad 5737.
It's a weird name.
She says, my ex-coworker friend, we were only friends for 2 years. She was very pretty and sweet on the outside, but on the inside she was ugly. She knew I was a softie. She told me stories for how her stepfather almost SA'd her, her family mistreated her, and how she used to be in domestic violence situations. Hook, line, and sinker. She leeched off me for months and months. It would be the same thing. I'm hungry, but I have no money. Or can you get me lunch? I forgot my wallet at home. I grew sick of her. She drained me. The friendship was one-sided. She never did anything nice for me. Despite of me helping her, despite her calling me her best friend, she didn't even invite me to her wedding. Here's the real kicker. I helped throw her a pre-wedding party at work. I felt so sick to my stomach, I blocked her on everything. Then I began to recall every sob story she told me. I then realized the math was not mathing. She had lied about all of her sob stories. None of the stories made sense. She's a narcissist and horrible human being. She got her karma. After the wedding, the husband divorced her within less than a year. I learned this from a few coworkers. The ex-husband probably saw her true colors as well.
Cute.
Yeah, she planned all of her stuff, and the wedding stuff. Is that what she said? She planned all of the wedding stuff for her, and then
she helped throw her a pre-wedding party at work.
No, okay.
But then the friend was calling her best friend, but didn't even invite her to the wedding or anything.
Yeah, no, that friendship would be done for me.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, it seems a bit much. Yeah, I think that she should just cut bait and move on.
Yeah, I dealt with a very small piece of something like that, and then I was like, yeah, nope. Oh, I did hear that part.
Oh, you want to hear something fun? Is I asked somebody that I was a coworker that I was growing close to when my husband and I were trying to have a baby. I asked her if she would consider being a surrogate, and she said that she would talk to her husband and think about it. And she chose our engagement party to announce to us in front of the entire party that she was not going to do it.
Like made a public display out of it?
Yes. They were going around and they were playing a game of what's your favorite memory of Luke and his fiance, blah, blah. And it gets to her and she was like, I just love that he's always amazing and he's such a good human being. And he actually asked me to be their surrogate. And
But I'm not
unfortunately,
gonna do it.
unfortunately, I can't do it. But I think it's so great that he asked me. Well, that was the first time me and my fiance, we were like, it's somebody that I worked with, and everyone at this party was just family and friends, like really close friends. And we were like, why did she think she was here? Why do you think she was invited? And she picks now in front of everybody to tell them that that she can't be our surrogate. Okay, very odd. Some people like to do public things like that, so that way they don't have to, because they're worried that the other person is going to like blow up or get mad or be upset or say whatever. But my husband now he was very confused and angry.
You think it would be easier to let you blow up via text or something
For sure.
Exactly.
in a room full of your friends and family.
Yeah, it was very odd.
Of course, it would have made for violence. It may have made for a better party if you didn't blow up with all those people there. But
oh Lord, I tell you what. Yeah, but some people are just inappropriate. I don't know what to say.
Well, well, there's also those type of people that I don't want to say they don't know manners or they don't know rules or you know they
self-aware.
They're just always like one
they don't
step
tact.
Yes. So maybe I don't know.
They don't grace, decorum, whatever.
So are you still friends with this person?
Common decency.
No. It was very strange, and I don't.
That's just
I'm a weird bird. Okay, it's very hard for me to get close with people because I'm an odd duckling, right? And you know, when you're this famous and this beautiful, like you're scared to let people near you. But
they could take advantage of you.
They could take advantage of me. Like, how do I know that somebody's friends with me because they like who I am as a person, or because they're just trying to get this delicious booty in bed? Like, I know it's so hard to know.
I've had that problem so many times.
I know it's relatable, right?
I'm sure nobody believes that. Yeah, I don't know. That is odd though. They would do that.
Are any of those stories that you have, any of them about people that they try to be friends with somebody, but that friend just wanted to do them and just ruin the friendship?
I don't know. I am reading these on here for the first time.
Fun. It's like a surprise.
Did you start a subreddit for just us, for the Misfits?
No, I went under Toxic Friends and put a post, and I had several people.
Did you post a link to the show so they can watch?
I did.
Beautiful.
It has one upvote.
I would like to have some of those toxic friends call in. We should do like a Jerry Springer show. He's your daddy.
That's why I put on there like, hey, you can call in and tell us your toxic friend stories.
We would love that. I would love that. Yeah.
So here's another one by Anime Queen Eliza.
This will be wonderful.
I was gonna say that name's very confusing.
They put, oh, interesting. Here's my story.
Oh, interesting.
Explanation point.
I just visualized that, by the way.
I met this friend when I was in 8th grade. I'll call her Kate for simplicity. Kate and I got to the same online school, so we never met in person. We became friends through a club, but whenever I tried to talk about my interests or feelings, she would always change the subject to something else. However, she would bombard me with texts at midnight because she needed to get things off her chest. I always gave a listening ear, but she never returned the favor. Last summer, she texted in a group chat that I talked once in a blue moon in, and said that I was too dramatic and that she couldn't handle it anymore. I didn't think I was being dramatic when I comforted her or when she was texting as if she was dying every other day. At that point, she texted me. I hadn't even tried to open up to her in months, so I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure if this story works for your podcast, but I hope you get more. And then somebody commented on that one, textbook narcissist.
Legit, I have a setting on my phone that is a timed do not disturb. So right at 11 p.m., my phone immediately switches to do not disturb and it does not turn off until 5 a.m. So during those 6 hours, my phone will not alert or call or ding unless it's I can add people that can overpass it. So like my mom, my husband, like I have people in there that they can call, but anyone else, my phone will not alert at all. So I can't do the 12 o'clock. Oh, my life is a mess. Well, then find someone else, baby, because my life, everyone's life is a mess. My life is a mess. Jesus's life is a mess. Okay. I know we should lean on each other, but you can lean on me during business hours. Okay. Business hours. Do not lean on me in the middle of the night.
You're showing your age there. Your phone cuts off right at 11.
Listen, I'm in bed by 9. This is past my bedtime. I usually fall asleep around 10, but if it's something like I may be watching a few TikTok videos and fall asleep shortly before 11, but I just do that to be safe.
I say I can't watch TikTok and go to sleep. I get
boundaries.
They're just drawn in and more. I do turn mine off on do not disturb.
I have that problem with like TikTok or not TikTok, Facebook Reels, which is basically just TikTok, and I'm just, oh, it's been 3 hours. What?
Yep, I go back and forth between TikTok and Twitter, and it's consuming. But you know what? It is my what is it called? It is my self preservation, filling my bucket. It's the way that I soothe myself. It's the way I go to sleep.
It's one of your little safety blankets.
It's a safety blanket, yeah.
Well, see, what I do is I start looking up like, current events and then get stuck into snakes coming up out of toilets or something. And it's just it's like a cycle.
People acting stupid and doing funny
stuff. Me too. Me too. Like I love car crashes and dash cam videos. Ooh.
Yeah. Now if I'm on YouTube, it's just people acting stupidly to the police. And then I can just be like, oh, well, right.
Oh, like the sovereign citizens, like the sovereign citizens.
Some of those, or it's like they'll be like, it's all like body cam footage of like worst parents, and I love to see the ones of like kids getting their parents in trouble. Like there was a cop showed up and he came out and just threw a lunch-sized baggie of his mother's meth at the cop.
I've got stories like that.
So hot.
And the cop is like, oh, what? No. And the mom is like, he took it out from under the dresser and then just hid himself in the bathroom for like an hour.
Glenn, have you met a lot of like gay police officers?
I wouldn't say a lot, but more than
you've met
two.
like
maybe.
Yeah, like do you still know some of them?
I guess Facebook friends, but not like.
Do you have like their numbers in your phone or anything like that?
I don't think so. No. See, that's a weird dynamic between the cops and firemen. I am. You knew it. You caught me. No, there's a weird dynamic between the cops and the firemen.
See,
we love to hate each other, so it's kind of like we're trying to. No, I mean,
he's trying to protect them.
Probably one or two.
No, it's if he needs a late night cuddle. That's all.
Well, if you still have them on Facebook, if you could just send me their profile, that would be great. I just want to talk to them for research purposes.
Okay. I think I could do that. I'll have to go back and look and make sure. But
I'm writing this paper for school right now, called "How Many Positions Can I Do While Being Handcuffed?" And I just think that they would be like really helpful with that.
I would like to read the final synopsis.
Strange story. I took a class on how to get out of handcuffs.
Why would you want to get out of them? That's so weird.
I have to be like, no.
You're going in the opposite direction, honey.
Sorry. I got these weird friends that have like handcuff keys in their shoelaces and in their belts and stuff. And I'm like, ooh. You've never broken the law. You don't break the law. Why the hell are you worried about that? Why do you buy a belt that has a special spot for the key?
I mean, not only that, but do you know how many times I have intentionally done something illegal in front of an attractive cop trying to get frisked and still nothing? Nobody has touched me. And I find it highly inappropriate. I find it homophobic. I know that Pride Month is over. But if I commit a crime in front of you, the decency that you can have to uphold the law of this great nation is to at least pat me down.
Feel up the booty cheeks.
For sure. Listen, it's not gay if it's TSA, okay?
You know,
you need to get a shirt for that.
There was
they have one. That's where I got it from.
There's this one young female police officer that I thought was particularly attractive, and I saw her when she was a recruit because she got sick on duty and I had to go take care of her. And I saw her at work occasionally, and well, they had to get maced and tased and all that stuff. And she had a bad reaction to some of that. And so I'd see her occasionally. Well, one day I decided for no apparent reason to drive into the back of a pickup truck on, interstate. And so who shows up? But it's her. And I'm like thinking, I know I'm guilty. I drove in, I rear-ended somebody. It's not Luke. And so it wasn't nothing, but it did happen. And she comes up to me and she's like, near tears. She's like, I'm sorry. I've tried every way in the world to get you out of this ticket, but I can't. And I'm like,
why?
I'm guilty. I did it. And she's like, well, you've been here for me as a friend and you've taken care of me and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but I'm guilty. So it was a really awkward dynamic after that.
Did you try showing her your boobs?
I did. I even assumed the position. I was like, I'm guilty. So
sad.
Yeah, it was an expensive ticket.
As a paramedic, did you have to get tased and all that stuff?
No, but we did go through a mace class. But we didn't have to do the police officers.
Spicy.
They're gonna take us like a this is gonna sound bad, Luke. A squirt to the face. They gotta
take it to the face.
Yeah, they gotta take a squirt to the face.
Where do I sign up?
With this, they just like they've got some on their finger, glove finger, and like put it on the end of your nose. So you can smell it. And it's some of that stuff back
that in like a cop out.
I didn't want to do it to start with, but I was kind of talked into it. But yeah, I didn't get tased. I did not ride the lightning. So
well, speaking of tasing, my husband said that he didn't feel a connection anymore, so I tased him. I was like, Zzz! So I'll ask him again when he wakes up how he feels.
There's a connection now.
It was funny in the time of that I worked at Goodwill. Some of the weird stuff that we would get in, and we got a box that came in, and I was like, and whenever I opened it, I was like, well, this looks like a can of pepper spray. Throw it out, and there was a little
they went behind the parking lot and was spraying it.
No, I was spraying the dumpster with it, and it was green. But then I was looking it up. So what it is so that if you pepper sprayed somebody and they were trying to wipe it off, it would make their face green, so that you could just be like, hey, go look for the
green guy
with the green face.
She was trying not to be racist. She was like, I can't. What can I say? Can I say that? Go look for one of them Wizard of Oz characters.
Yep. Go look for Elphaba.
Jennifer says hello like 100 times in the chat. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
Please.
It's time to
some of that positive energy that you're using. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe. So
yes, follow me on OnlyFans.
she said hi like 15 times.
Maybe there's maybe you know what? Listen, there's problems with technology. Things are screwing up today. And Luke, have you seen a Bigfoot? Yes, I've seen a Bigfoot. I've had it in my mouth. I've had it on camera. Oh, you're talking about the guy. You know, one time I did see this guy that I thought was Andre the Giant. He did. Turns out it was just a really tall man.
Proportionately, were all things equal?
Oh, I don't know. He was clothed.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I will tell you what, though. I feel like I am a fairly average height person. I'm 5'11 and a half. I'm literally centimeters away from being 6 foot, like centimeters. And I went to a barbecue today, and somebody was there, and they brought their kids, and one of the children of this person was legit like 6'3", 6'4", full facial hair, like muscular, athletic, like, and I was like, oh, this man, he probably drives 15 years old. 15. I'm like, what kind of hormones are they putting in the milk these days? That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. He has more facial hair than I've grown in my life. And I'm like, you're taller than me. You have facial, like, what? I'm double your age. More than double. Oh my God, I'm more than double his age. I'm so old. Oh my God. I need to go get Botox tomorrow. Holy crap.
You can borrow my cold cream.
Oh.
Now,
I did get this thing on Temu that's like Botox cream. It's supposed to like it's supposed to dry and stretch your skin. So I'm gonna try that.
You're gonna wake up looking like Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, she's only like 20 years old. So
I don't want to look like Nancy Pelosi. Gross. Jennifer's fine. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome. 5 years old.
Maybe.
And access to YouTube. Your parents are very neglectful.
They are. They are.
I want you to go back to mommy, and I want you to say, Mommy, guess what I learned on the internet today? And mommy's going to say, what? And Jennifer, I want you to say, you got a hot tour. You got a hot tool and spit on that thing. Say that right to mommy, Jennifer.
I have a bad story about that, but Bobby Dizzle has a contact where he can get in touch with that girl.
Can we get her on the show?
I was like, please. So
I would love to like break down and dissect the entire overnight sensation of being a viral meme, because she had so many horrible things happen to her. She lost her job. She has people ridicule her, and she's struggling to find a job from what I read. Like, I don't know if that's true, but it's like, and people are like saying negative things about her, and it's just crazy to me. You're just some innocent, sweet girl trying to have a fun night out with friends, and suddenly the whole world is making jokes, but they're also shaming you, and it's negatively affecting your life. And I want to dissect that with her and understand the psychology of, how you navigate that. That's insane.
Yeah, I would like to get her on. I'm hoping Bobby helps us. I think this would be the perfect show for it too.
Absolutely.
My friend Shannon was the one who told me about that.
Okay,
I heard that. I heard that.
The whole house is shaking.
Heard that one.
But with Shannon doing her interpretation of it, because she sounds so Southern, I expected whenever I went to watch the video, her to be as equally Southern, and she wasn't, because when Shannon does it, it's really thang.
Thang.
And I was like,
no,
you should.
I feel like it's so crazy to have the internet and what we've done as a society to where something overnight can completely change somebody's life so historically. It's It's
Yeah.
insane
Well,
to
and it
me. Just
either
insane.
be and it either be, okay, now you're making
Now you're
millions because of this
famous.
one thing you did, or now
Yeah. See,
Well,
that's my biggest fear is that one day I'm going to get in an argument in a parking lot because I'm going to have a bad day and I'm going to be stressing and I'm going to get in a fight with somebody and somebody's going to film me and put me on TikTok and I'm going to be a male Karen and I'm going to lose my job and I'll never be able to get another job and I'll just have to unalive myself.
and this is why in public safety we never put anything on our social media. You put on there, I don't like chocolate ice cream. Somebody's gonna, oh, what's wrong with you? So yeah.
Listen, I'm open to people's viewpoints. Listen, I don't care if you're a man or a female. I don't care if you're transgender or cisgender. I don't care if you're bisexual or not a liar. But what matters to me is if you put something online that says that pineapple belongs on pizza, you should be shamed. You should lose your job. You should be cast out of society because that's freaking disgusting. And I don't want to hear anything different. Sorry.
and you
Bye.
will then
I
be
agree.
stoned.
It's like putting pickles on a burger or chicken sandwich.
It's like putting pickles in a milkshake. Like, what are you talking? Like, no. Pineapple on the
When you get
That's just
when
the
you
shy
get
button.
a flaming bag of dog crap on your doorstep,
Well,
just
it wouldn't
saying.
be the first
You
time.
deserve all of the doxing you get.
Wendell says he's watching 3 shows at a time. He's only got 2 eyes.
Well, the brown eye.
he didn't say what the other one
3.
was watching.
Right.
That's probably this show.
Yeah.
Well, Luke, you've only got a few more minutes, and
I know. But
you
the
are
next time you
hardest
see
working
me,
man I know.
I'm going to have a full head of hair. Tomorrow
That
morning's my appointment.
That quick?
That quick? Tomorrow morning's my appointment. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Cool. I'm excited for you. Are you
So
nervous?
is it gonna be something you can like take off, or
It's going to be like super glued to my scalp. So it comes off over the course of like 2-3 weeks, depending on how good I take care of it. And then I have to do a process where I clean it and re-glue it and put it back down.
so you're basically getting it works like a wig, pretty much.
It's like a toupee. Yeah. It's a wig.
You're
But
wig
it's
gluing
like
it.
it's wig gluing it. Yeah. And it's going to be like super glued to my freaking head.
Oh, I thought you were getting where they go in with the needle and they.
I wish. Do you know how expensive that crap is? Do you know how expensive that is? And listen, it doesn't always take. And B, they tell you need like 2 or 3 rounds of it. So for like one surgery, it's like $10,000. So, and you may have to do it 2 or 3 times over the span of 2 years for it to actually like look normal.
And that's gotta be painful too. No, thank
They
you.
say it's not super painful. They say like there's some soreness. They numb you pretty well. All the guys I've talked to that have done it, they say it's not really a lot of pain. The only bad thing is that for like 3 to 4 months after, you look ridiculous. It just looks like a little weird black dots everywhere.
I was gonna say, yeah, it looks like somebody just took you with like a little meat thing and just punched you in the head multiple times.
Yeah, it looks very strange.
There was a girl that I saw that got it, and like how itchy it became, like right in this general area.
Uh-huh.
And you can't mess with it or wash it. And then when she was finally able to wash it, like she was freaking out because all like the scabs and crap that were coming off.
Blood. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So so when I win the lottery, I'll do that. But right now I'm just hairpiece.
Well, I'm dying to see it. So next week, make sure you wear something fantabulous for us.
Always. I ever not? I mean, come on. Let's be real.
You've never failed me. Even when I'm having I do need to say this to you. Like even when I'm having a bad day and you're on the show, I get a laugh. I feel better. So
wonderful.
To me, for me. I don't know.
Thank you. Fully, my husband said those nice things to me.
Hey, I don't want any angry husband calling me now.
This is why my marriage is failing.
They all do eventually, I think. So it doesn't matter if it's a man or woman. It's equal hate. So, all right, Luke, you guys shows between now and next week, or are you just out of here?
Oh, nope. I have a this coming week is at my full-time regular job. I am putting a gigantic conference for my company on, and the CEO is going to be there. So I'm going to be neck deep in the
and stressed. So
it's super stressed, but at least I'm going to have a full head of hair. So
there you go. Well, Luke, if you need to
just
relax,
make sure you don't pull it out.
Chill. Just listen. Yeah, don't get angry and pull your hair out. That would be an expensive.
no promises.
Luke, love you. We will see you next week.
Love you guys.
All right, everybody at WDJY, thank you for allowing us to tickle your ears for an hour. Tune in to our second hour tomorrow night. Same bat place, same bat time. I gotta find a button. I'm disoriented.
Hi, Rich Fields here, and come on down. It's time for the Sportcat Show.
And welcome back to WDJY. You are with the Misfits. The second hour, please remember you can come over to YouTube and find us under the Sportcat shows. Like, follow, share, and subscribe. And you will see us and get the bonus hour when we're not like, I don't know what button I just hit. Okay, I don't know what button I just hit, but that was weird. Did that come out over the air?
No.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad because I'm not sure what it was. So, yeah. But yeah, so make sure to come over to the Sportcat shows, like, follow, share, and subscribe. Or in like Jennifer's case, she could dislike it. So I hate that she's doing that, but everybody has their own thing. So, you know, Cheyenne,
we've got a long story coming up here.
Uh-oh. Well, between the explosions, I'm ready for it.
So this is from Impressive Trash 111. And I will read their small disclaimer at the bottom here first. That this is a very summarized version of everything. There was a lot more going on with this person, but yeah. So, I had been friends with this person since freshman year of high school. We hung out all the time and often had a lot of our classes together. After graduating, we lost touch for a year. I stayed behind in our hometown and went to work. They went to college but dropped out. We reconnected after they moved back. Again, we still hung out a lot. Yet they were always kind of self-centered, always along with some other toxic traits, but we were young, so I didn't really think anything of it. Anyway, by the time we were 23, I started to really focus in on the bad behaviors. They had no problem ghosting me even though we made plans. They had no issue holding me up if they drove us somewhere, especially if I really needed to be somewhere else by a certain time. They would trash talk people if they questioned this person or challenged them to do better. They would leave trash in my car, basically things that you'd expect someone that's like 15 to do or just not quite understand. By the time we were 25, I was really getting fed up, especially after they had a bad breakup. They kept trying to get back together with someone that didn't want to be with them. They kept trash talking about the ex in every single conversation for months straight. Then at 26, I really had enough. This was in like 2020. I started to go down the career path I had always wanted to. I began to take an online course to get certified. Everyone was happy about this, including myself, but they got real weird. By spring 2021, I started to work at a job within the career path I wanted. This person was already in this career path, but didn't take it seriously. They used it as a crutch every time they got fired from anything else. They were just so weird about it, almost gatekeeping it, going as far as calling me their protege, which was insulting to the people actually helping me out and to me, considering I actually got certified and lived to do this kind of work and wanted to go further. I think looking back, they were feeling threatened and lesser. I did make a ton of progress. March to May of 2021, made a lot of other friends, etc. In June 2021, I had just finished 10 hours of work. It was very hot and humid. I was tired, and the last task I had was taking forever. I was frustrated and just wanted to finish and go home. My job was made difficult that day because of coworkers slacking that week. I was venting to them about it, and they didn't want to hear it. This is after they had spent yet another conversation ranting about their ex. I always listened to this person. I always offer advice if wanted. I always offered support. Yet for months, they were unsupportive, really rude, pompous, and just never wanted to hear me vent. I had enough and finished my crap and left. They never texted me. Instead, they posted passive aggressive quotes to Facebook, so I never texted them either. The following week they were trying to do a smear campaign against me with people that I work with or see at work. They turned mutual friends on me, but failed at turning people at work on me. They purposefully did a crap job if I was on the next shift, and they went out of their way to be around just to ignore me when I was working. I requested to completely change my schedule and location, but I still had to go to that location once a week. The manager finally had enough of their BS and fired them. Either that or really wanted me to come back more days at that location. They proceeded to drive past my place almost every evening after that. They finally moved out of their parents' house to another state with their cousin and finally had peace. It's been great since then.
And how old was this person, did they say?
Let's see. So
Because it sounds like they were
about
really
30
young.
now.
Okay. Well, that's kind of a, I don't know. That's an odd story. But
It's
I feel like that.
sad because I've dealt with a lot of coworkers like that.
Yep. Petty. Yeah.
That just for whatever reason, like where she was saying they started calling them their protege, which was insulting to the people that were actually helping her. Because whatever reason they felt threatened or lesser. I had to deal with that a lot.
Hopefully not at your new job. So
fingers crossed. And something tells me that this job was probably in the medical field.
Yeah. The only thing I got similar is in our job, you had like, I want to say the senior man. I mean, it wasn't necessarily your lieutenant, your captain, even your sergeant. You know, it was usually like the driver, the guy who's been there for the longest time at that station. He knows the station, he knows her, or she. And one day I realized I was a senior man, and I was like, no, wait, I don't want. You guys are talking about wanting to be like me. No, don't be like me. Go do something else. There's still time. It's too late for me. So there was a very awkward feeling for me when I realized that I was the senior man. But I mean, in one way it was nice, but I didn't want anybody to be like me. There's a lot of pressure.
There's a lot of pressure there.
Yeah. Well, in our job, we have like, we call them like front bumper meetings. It's when you haven't done enough to get in trouble with an officer, but you've pissed off the senior man. Come up to the front door or the front of the bay. We're going to sit on the engine and talk about your shenanigans. So, so yeah, I got to do that. But I am proud to say most of my rookies are all paramedics now, and probably about 70% of them are officers, lieutenant through chiefs. So I must have done something right, but I didn't do it right for me, apparently, but I did something right teaching them.
Well, I think that's like the epitome of this is how I do it, but you don't do it that way.
Yeah. Well, we used to say that you're a legacy when you have a memo created about you. I've had a memo created about me, so.
Well, I'm sure there's been more than one.
Probably. Well, yeah, probably. Nobody got hurt. It was all fun. Just certain shenanigans you can't do around the firehouse. So it's inappropriate to call dispatch in the middle of the night and ask them if they know how to do their job. So who knew that? Actually, I didn't call. I faxed them the protocol for their job from the station. That woke up an assistant chief. Yeah, guilty.
Well, I mean, they needed a little reminder.
And when the assistant chief called the deputy chief, who called the battalion chief, who decided we were going to have a meeting at 3:00 in the morning, which it worked out. I was already up because, well, dispatch wouldn't leave me alone. So he walked in and said, "Did you do this?" I said, "Yep, I sure did." Because the quote on the radio was, "Well, I sent you because you were already up." What? It's not, no. Let me get some sleep. They're already asleep. Yeah, sometimes what's that other saying? Is it feels good to say it? It was probably wrong. Yeah. If it felt good to say it, yeah, it was probably wrong or inappropriate. So
yeah, and that's why I was initially talked to about my. I'm still gonna say my current boss, but it's technically my former boss, her position, and I was like, nope. Like, well, why? I'm like, you ever heard what's come out of this?
And that's why I always said I never wanted to be an officer. I said because I get in trouble too much for saying what I really feel. Right now, they can just be like, "Oh, he's a grumpy old man," but then they're like, "Oh, he's a captain. He's definitely not allowed to do that."
Well, and my former boss has a lot of professional years behind her to have more to say what needs to be said, but said it a little nicer to still stand up for us. Where I would be like, "No, you're wrong."
Yeah, like Luke was talking earlier, tact. Sometimes the tact. And sometimes even like we're talking about these toxic friendships, sometimes just tact saying something to a friend isn't even right. I mean.
Well, and it's weird whenever like you sit and think about it, because I almost kind of feel like, if they are a friend, maybe you're giving them helpful advice about something, they're not going to take it as a personal jab.
But what if they didn't want the advice?
Well, I'm saying more if it was like,
because we've all had that friend that comments about every part of your life.
Well, if it's every part of it and you never asked, it would be one thing. If it was like, can I offer you a tiny solution of something you might not have tried that might help that?
Yeah, here's a lifesaver.
Okay,
yeah.
You don't want it? All right, that's fine. I was just but it's almost like it again, you gotta read the room of what you're, and if you're I feel like
Yes.
if you're if you're good friends, that they're not coming. It might get on your nerves a little bit, but that they're not coming from a bad place.
True.
But
is something like that better done via text or via?
Yeah.
Because I get sometimes I'll read somebody's text like 3 times and be like, that sounds like they're mad or they're hurt or there's some kind of way, and I'll like break down and like call them and be like, what's up? I don't understand this. And usually it's just me reading too much into it.
Yeah, I have a way of doing that too, of just like, well, that sounds, excuse you, I was just asking a question. God.
Well, I will delete it even on Facebook Messenger. I will delete a message like 4 or 5 times before I send it, even if it's something innocuous, just because I'm like, I don't want to seem condescending. I don't want to seem stupid, which it's pretty easy for me to feel stupid, but yeah, I don't. And I guess I'm probably one of these people that have this weird thing about I'm afraid I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings unintentionally by saying something.
Yeah, I have the same thing, but again, I think that goes down to knowing your friends and them knowing you enough to know that you're not going to say something to purposefully make them mad or upset them. Like
Yeah.
with me and granted, me and my best friend haven't been in that situation that I can think of off the top of my head, but I knew if she were to be like, "Hey, you handled that wrong," and it might upset me more at myself than anything, but I know she's telling me because she cares. She's older.
Yeah.
She might know a little bit better than I do.
And I was thinking about this coming down the road, thinking about the show, and there's a guy I'm gonna say we retired at the same time, but we kind of left the department at the same time, and we kept up, like, because he was my mentor when I came to this department, and we kept up for a long period of time, and it hit me today. It's like, you haven't heard from him in a long time, and we used to talk almost every day, and now it's like I haven't talked to him like since maybe Christmas. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, huh, I don't know. And we all get busy with life. I mean,
well, and I think there are, various types of friendships as well. Like, like I was saying, that friend that I've had since we were literal infants, I know if, I'm going to be in town and she's not busy with work or anything. Like, there was one time I was having a rough day and I was like, "Do you want to just go and get your nails done with me?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." And we hadn't talked in I don't know how long, but we went and got something to eat. We went and got our nails done and just had a day. But I think you have the different type of friendships that are like me and my best friend. It's like, she is very busy in her career, and obviously things are changing for me, and she's moving up a lot in what she's doing. And so there might be just a random, we might not have talked in a month or two, and I'll just get a text that's like, "Can I just lay down a lot of crap for you that's been going on?" I'm like, "Please do." And we'll have texted for hours just about some random crazy stuff that she's got going on. And, they, are not often, and despite some of it being crazy stuff, you cherish those little moments.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, and that reminded me, I actually got into a weird situation the other night. A guy had messaged and wanted us to come visit. He's got a new home down in Lower Alabama. He's invited us down. He's got a guest house and all this stuff. And he invited us like a month ago. And I accepted us. Yeah, I'd like to come see you. I haven't seen you in a while. It sounds cool. Well, then, I ended up being in Knoxville helping the family. So last night around midnight, in a group chat, I get this message, says, "Any word on when you're heading this way anytime soon?" You said a couple of weeks ago. And then he goes over and he jumps me. He says, "I'm still waiting to find out why you're not here. What happened?" And he says this, "what happened," like 4 times in this group chat. And so I messaged him back. I said, "I'm still in Knoxville. I'm still taking care of family things." And then he's like, "Don't worry, I have no expectations of you now, so no need for you to be concerned about coming here. Take care." It's like, are you drinking? And he says, "Well, you didn't tell me anything." And I look back at the conversation. It's like, you knew it was in Tennessee. So I don't get it.
Travis had a guy that he worked with at one point where it was very much that same kind of just out of the blue kind of stuff like that. Like,
yeah, and it was like midnight. It was weird.
Like, you understand life happens, right?
Yeah, I can't drive to Lower Alabama tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of weird. But none of my other friends in the group chat jumped in and said anything. So that made me feel kind of like, well, maybe I was wrong. I mean, I don't know. Family first, and life gets in the way of everything. Holy cow. So no matter what your best intentions are, sometimes you still end up having to do stuff you don't want to.
Well, and that's life for you.
I feel like this has turned into a Dear Abby show.
We haven't had any write-ins yet.
Yeah, we have it. And the phone line is open, 1-888-88-YERGZ, 1-888-88-YERGZ. I see we got quite a few viewers. Somebody can call us in and ask Aunt Shay a question. And if you have a friend that was a toxic relationship, we'd love to hear about it. We would love to talk about it because, well, that's what we do.
This next one we have is by Maze Neat. She is my husband's best friend's wife. We hit it off at first and hung out a few times over the beginning of mine and my husband's marriage. I knew from my husband and mutual friends that she had a track record of displaying really questionable behavior and being an absolute basket case, but I gave her a chance anyway. The first incident happened when I found out I was pregnant. She decided to take it upon herself to make a really passive-aggressive social media post about people having kids when they shouldn't, and being overall hypercritical of having a child after already having children from a previous relationship. This is my second marriage. There was absolutely no doubt that this post was about me, and I wasn't the only person who caught on. She got absolutely dragged for her hot take, lol. Not specifically because the post was about me, but mainly because what she was saying was so insanely judgmental and rude. She ended up deleting the post before I could chime in or get a screenshot, which was something she did often. Share her hot takes, get dragged, then delete the post. Accountability isn't her strong suit. I stopped talking to her for a few years after that. A few years later, against my better judgment, we started talking again. We started hanging out as a group with two other women, and things were all right for a little while until she started getting squirrely again. We had a group chat between the four of us, and we'd all chat in there almost every day. But we're all adults, and 3 out of 4 of us have kids, so sometimes we would be quiet in the chat. On those days, she would start messaging weird self-pity stuff like how lonely she is and that no one likes her. At first, we would all take the time to talk to her and reassure her that we were all her friends and that we did indeed care about her. But after about 3, 4, 5 times in a week of this, it would get very exhausting. She started sending passive or vague messages, deleting them if we didn't reply immediately, send more self pity, delete them again if we didn't respond the way she wanted. Round and round we go. We really tried to be there for her, but we just couldn't be there all the time. After a while, it started to feel very overwhelming and very manipulative. uh, Crap kind of hit the fan when she started passive aggressively attacking one of our friends. She'd say questionable things like insinuations about her relationship with certain men, claiming there were rumors. When we would question her on where she heard these rumors, she'd reply with, "I just heard some stuff," and refuse to elaborate. That was kind of the last straw for us, and my friend, the one on the receiving end of those rumors, basically told her that if she can't be honest, then to keep her mouth shut, but in more colorful terms. This caused a big blow up. The toxic friend immediately assumed the victim role, claimed she was being attacked because someone told her rumors. Remember what I said about accountability. Uh, Long story longer, we just stopped talking to her, and it was peaceful for 8 glorious months. Then out of nowhere, she messaged us trying to apologize. When I say this was a BS apology, I mean it with my whole chest. It was like a 38 paragraph message about how she's sorry for whatever we think she did. I didn't even respond to it, but my friend, the original target of Toxic Friends BS, did, asking, thanks, but what do you think you're apologizing for? I don't remember her exact response, but it was more deflection. It was really a waste of time to read, honestly. So I left it alone, and true to form, she deleted all of the messages when we didn't reply within like 15 minutes. At that point, we thought that was the end of it, but evidently not. She immediately turned to Facebook and made a pity post. Shocker. In this post, she claimed that she was going to have a spa day because she's been through so much lately, and listed a few things, including constant bullying and harassment from former acquaintances, female dog, we haven't said a single word to you in 8 months. Then a few weeks later, she followed my friend, original rumor target, and her boyfriend around town, recording them and flipping them off. So friend followed her back and confronted her, asking if she had a problem. Toxic friend immediately tucked tail and ran into her house. Afterwards, this resulted in another post about her installing cameras after being stalked by former friends. I forgot to mention that this whole time I was at the lake with my family, but still somehow was included in the friends. It became an ongoing joke now. Oh, saw toxic friend uptown and made eye contact. Guess we're harassing her again. But we're all over her crap and largely just ignore her now. This isn't all of the things that she done. There's so much more, but these were the ones that directly led to the falling out.
Well, somebody put it better than me.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
That to me sounds like somebody that likes the drama.
Mm-hmm.
They live for, they thrive for that drama. They need the attention. If it's not on them, then nobody else
can't be anywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, she likes the, well, I say she. Well, you said
I think
no.
It was a she.
Yeah, you said so yeah, but yeah, it does to me sound like that's somebody that just likes the drama, wants it all to be about them, and no matter what is wrong, you got hit at an intersection coming home from work. Oh, well, that's nothing. I totaled my car and flipped it over yesterday. They always got to one up you. It's
Yeah, the first little tiny feel of that pity party bullcrap that brings us here today. No, you're out. You're out the door.
I'll give him a shot or two, because sometimes people are unintentional with their, and there are just some people that are, for lack of better words, batshit crazy and have that much stuff go on in their life. So,
well, and
that's like a train wreck you like to watch.
I feel like though those people that have all that stuff going on in their life, it.
Oh yeah,
you know who they are.
Yes.
And
yes,
they
you do.
are, and it's either there's not really an in between. It's either they've got a lot of stuff going on, they don't really want to talk about it because they feel like they're putting their crap on other people, or you've got to know about every single little detail because their problem has got to be your problem.
And that was my comment back to my situation. I don't like to put my business out there. And if I want you to know, I'll tell you. And obviously you weren't in that inner circle and got all the intel. You did, Shay, by the way, but yeah. So, yeah, I don't like to talk about myself. That sounds kind of wrong for somebody who gets on here and pontificates for 6 hours or 8 hours, 6 hours a week. So yeah, but I'd rather hear other people's drama. I don't want drama.
I mean, I
She's
can't
blonde
say,
and maybe mid-40s. I don't know. Sorry.
I can't say like I can't say squat. Like you need somebody to tell your drama to. Tell me the
Yeah, see,
drama.
I wouldn't mind like a crazy person like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'd take that. I'd take that in a heartbeat. I'd be like, bring it. I want to hear this. So I want to be
But,
your friend.
but that like just triggered one of the biggest pet peeves that I have, that there are so many people, thankfully most of them have weeded themselves out, that I went to school with, primarily female, who if you're gonna go on social media and drag somebody, tag them in it. Tag them
Agreed.
in it.
Agreed.
If I got a problem so bad that I want to put it out on Facebook, no, it is Shy LK Asylum is with whoever
Sportcat. Yeah, I agree with you. But when social media first started, a lot of people were like, "Oh, he said that about me," or "She said that about me." No.
it wasn't about
And
you at
now,
all.
and now I get people who comment and they'll be like, "Well, did you read that comment?" No, I don't care. So, yeah. And Wendell says that B Dizzle is a drama queen.
Only
I can see that. I can see that. If somebody stole his Bucky's hat, he'd really be upset. So
It's true.
he would be.
So, and I have one last relatively long one here
Uh-oh.
that
Did you say the
got,
best for last? Like a
well, I
real.
don't know. I still haven't. I haven't read.
I just remembered I got two screens and buttons now. Sorry. That's how weak I. 2 hours into the show, I realized I got sound effects. Sorry. Go ahead. Just don't mind me.
So this one was messaged to me.
Oh, this has got to be a good one then.
Well, this is from the Duck Queens. She put
Plural?
hi, so yeah, with a Z.
Oh, okay.
Hi, so I saw your post about sending stories in and I wanted to share mine, but Reddit wouldn't let me put it in the comments, so I'll try here. I, 14F, met Aubrey 3 years ago. We were inseparable for 2 of those 3 years. Something to know about Aubrey is that she is very narcissistic. Everything is about her all the time. The first year we were friends, we were in a group of 4. It was me, Aubrey, Ellen, and Garnet, all fake names. Aubrey and Garnet didn't get along at all. Aubrey was always trying to belittle Garnet, and because Aubrey hated Garnet so much, she would always find ways to pull me away from them. Like I would be walking to Garnet and Ellen, Aubrey would see me, walk up to me, and whisk me away. And because Aubrey would never let me talk to Garnet or Ellen, we drifted apart, which was hard because I had known them, for years. Next school year rolls around and I find out Aubrey is in my HR class. HR.
Homeroom?
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah.
Did I hang out with the little kids? No, just a wild guess.
I was so excited that I had one of my friends in my class, but this school year, something seemed off about Aubrey. She had a more "I'm better than you, and you're never gonna have a friend better than me" mentality. A few months go by, and I'm getting tired of being friends with Aubrey. She was starting to point out things that I was insecure about. If I told her something I didn't want anyone else to know, somehow magically one of my other friends knew about it. I knew Aubrey could feel me drifting away from her, so she would buy me little things that I had never asked for, and she would hold it over my head every time we got into an argument. I got you this, so you have to do this. During the school year, Aubrey and I meet Kay. We become a trio. I honestly thought that Kay liked me more than Aubrey, but they were always buddies when it was, well, no, hold on. But they were always buddy when it was convenient for Aubrey. I guess maybe they were only buddies when it was convenient for Aubrey. Like, if I didn't want to hang out with Aubrey, right after she would yap about what she didn't like about Kay, she would go and be besties with Kay. Months go by and my little brain is grasping that Aubrey has never and will never be a real friend and her love is conditional. I realized that if she was a true friend, she wouldn't laugh at my insecurities, she wouldn't talk crap about me, and she wouldn't air out my business. Because I could actually, before I could actually break up with Aubrey, we got into an argument at school, not in class though. I was sitting on a bench talking to my friends, and then Aubrey started kicking me in the spine hard and laughing.
What?
Because she was kicking me, I fell off the bench I was sitting on. I was really angry, so I got up, sat down next to her, and started kicking and pushing like she was doing to me. We got into a little bit of a tussle, and right before I knew it, Aubrey bit me in my upper thigh.
All right.
So it's what she has next.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. No, so this is Aubrey bit me in my inner upper thigh, pee hole adjacent.
I kill you right now.
After she bit me, she tried to gaslight me, saying she didn't bite me and that it was my fault, and that she only bit me because I was kicking her. I still, almost 2 years later, have no clue as to why she even kicked me. After I just stared at her for a while, she ran away. I then reported her to the principal. She only ended up getting 2 detentions and skipped both of them. So those last few months in school, Aubrey tried to take all of my friends from me and make them pick sides. Aubrey did what she did to Ellen and Garnet, whisk my friends, people who don't know / like her, away from me while we were talking, I guess. Oh yeah, away from me while we were talking. She put taking. Fast forward, next school year starts, and now we have enough background info. That was a hefty amount of background info.
You're a loser.
At the start of this school year, I was put in a homeroom class with most of my friends. Kay and Aubrey were put in the same homeroom class. Some of my other friends that are acquainted with Aubrey started telling me that she was talking about me, saying things that are so very far from the truth and kind of out of pocket. I have a trans friend named Zach. Aubrey tried to tell him that I was
so confused.
This is a 14, 15-year-old writing this. Aubrey tried to tell him that I was unsupportive of him being trans. I'm still friends with him. Anyway, my friend Josie told me that Aubrey was making TikToks about me, 2 that I'm aware of. I love that that's the way that social media has headed in response. We just make a TikTok in response.
Maybe I'm too old. I haven't done this.
2 that I'm aware of. I feel there will be more to come. One was her lip syncing to Backstabber by Kesha, and the other Murder by I don't know who. It goes, I effing hate this bee. I want her in the ditch.
Wow.
Kay was the one who sent the videos to me. Aubrey found out what Kay and Josie did and was so angry and upset at them. She acted like they had just killed her dog. I honestly don't know if Aubrey for sure knew that it was Kay and Josie who told me, but I know that Kay got her butt chewed. Around the end of September, our grade went on a camping trip. The principal made sure that Aubrey and I weren't in the same class. She told the teachers that we were never allowed to be together. My science teacher puts us in the same gosh darn cabin.
Oh no.
Aubrey was talking crap about me, mean mugging me, doing all she could to let me know she hates me. I don't know why Aubrey hates me. I don't really care, to be honest, but she actually acts like I gaslit her and bullied her for 2 years. I'm just going to say she acts like she gaslit her and bullied her for 2 years. On the first night in the cabin, I was waiting to go up on my friend's bunk, so I sat on the lower bunk because I knew someone was coming down from the top. I sat on the bottom so I could be out of the way to whoever was coming down. I didn't know it was Aubrey. I didn't even know she was up there. When Aubrey was coming down the ladder, she sees me sitting down and starts doing her stupid witch cackle. Once Aubrey is off the ladder, she grabs my ankles and starts trying to drag me off the bed.
What?
I start kicking her, trying to get loose because I was getting dangerously close to bonking my head on the bed frame.
Oh, I hate it when that
I
happens.
I shouldn't have read too far ahead. Do y'all want to guess what she did in self-defense? She spread my legs open and kicks me in the crotch.
I'm gonna come.
Wow.
In parentheses, she's a little obsessed with that area of mine. And because she's a little coward and she knows I'll fight back if she keeps on standing there, she runs away and sits with the counselors. I'm in shock, so I get up and walk up to the ladder to my friend's bed and tell all the people who were up there what was happening.
No, how tall was this bed that they didn't see this?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. And why did they then need it explained?
Exactly. You'd think that you see someone getting kicked in the cooch, you'd want to join in or something.
I'd be laughing.
One of you turds
I'm sorry.
Get smacked in the mouth if you don't keep it down.
I'm sorry. I know that hurt, but it's pretty funny.
See, I'd be on that top bunk like,
Let's get ready to rumble!
I'd be the kid up there taking dollar bills. You get $1 on Jessie or Garnet or whatever her name was.
So I knew Aubrey could hear me spreading drama. She ends up telling the counselor that she is close to that I'm spreading drama and lies and that she was doing it in self-defense. And also, if there's a counselor in there, how did they not hear and see this happen? The counselor that she talked...
Open the door.
There's counselors.
Open the door.
I just got a sad feeling about this.
The counselor that she talked to pulled me aside and said if I was spreading drama that she was going to have me sent home. So I got in trouble for getting kicked in the crotch and telling my friends. My mom called the principal after I told her and nothing happened to Aubrey. My mom was able to set up a meeting with the principal and Aubrey's grandma. My wonderful mom brought proof of everything she did to me. She had a picture of the bite marks, the TikTok video she had made about me, everything. Now, when I say that her grandma is delusional, I'm not exaggerating. Girl lied and said that I was abusing her granddaughter and that she had bruises all over her arms and legs that came from me. One, that's false. 2, where's your proof? Because if my child was coming home with bruises all over her body, I would take at least one picture. And 3, Aubrey plays soccer. The sport where all you do is kick. And can you guess what happens to Aubrey? Nothing. Now on to the next issue.
Wow.
One morning I go into Kay's class to say hi and give her a hug like I do every day. Aubrey does her usual side eye and I go off to class. Lunchtime rolls around. Kay and I sit together at lunch every day. Sometimes Aubrey joins, sometimes she goes to another table. But this day she sat here. I was messing around with another girl and Kay was laughing. Since I was messing around, I put some whipped cream from my dessert on the side of Kay's face. No big deal, right? Oh no, Aubrey again acted like I had killed her dog. Oh, and there is quoted text after this.
Oh, is there pictures?
There's not. Aubrey, that's not funny. Me, okay, I think it is. Aubrey, well, it's not. I'm not about to watch you assault my friend. Me, you want to talk about assaulting friends? Aubrey, well, this is why Kay doesn't like you. Me, me, okay, bud. More arguing goes by. I honestly don't remember what all was said because it just blurred together. I do remember calling her a fake narcissistic a-hole.
Whoa.
By the time Aubrey stopped yapping, it was time to go outside for free time. Aubrey was making her rounds, telling everyone who would listen about our argument, saying how she definitely won. She was so distracted by telling people what happened that she didn't even notice Kay was crying. I did my best
poor Kay.
to see if she was okay and apologize that she was put in the middle. Later that day, I was sitting next to one of Aubrey's friends, Bree. Bree is saying, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but Aubrey... I'm not supposed to tell you this, but Aubrey is making Kay pick who to be friends with, you or her. After school, I sent Kay a text. Her text being, you're one of my best friends and no one, not even Aubrey, can change that. I'm so sorry that I have gotten you in the middle of this and that now you are being forced to pick me or her. I know that this is hurting you and I am so sorry. I have never and will never judge you for who you choose to be friends with. If you do choose not to hang out with me, I won't talk to you, sit with you, or hang out with you. I won't take out anything on you because it's not your fault, it's mine. If you choose not to hang out with me, do whatever it is you want. Block me, stop talking to me, whatever. I'll still be here for you. I'm so very sorry, Kay. To which Kay responds, it is not your fault at all. I want to be friends with you. You are my friend by not making me choose. I just don't understand why Aubrey would make me choose if she really is my friend. I don't want to lose your friendship. The next day at school, when Aubrey saw me, she started crying.
We're just on like day 3, I think, aren't we? So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, no, we skipped a whole year. Sorry, my bad.
And started talking about me. I know she was talking about me because she was pointing, looking, and was talking very loud. Later, Kay was talking to me and said, "Can I sit at your other table? I just don't want to sit with Aubrey." Kay sat down at my other table, and guess who follows? Aubrey.
How many tables does she have?
It's an excellent question. And how was there space for everyone?
Yeah, maybe she's a big kid. I don't know.
Aubrey saw
I don't mean that defensively.
Aubrey saw where Kay was sitting.
But the truth is, I'm a nice guy.
So saw me, mean mugged me, and stomped over to the table. It was a very quiet lunch. Of course, Aubrey was talking about me again. Kay was starting to distance herself from Aubrey and hanging out with me more. And so far, I have nothing else to write about since the school year has ended. I'm sure the plot will thicken because of summer break. So originally,
this was a personal message, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, just checking.
So I originally wrote this and didn't post it about a month ago, as I had predicted the plot has thickened. It was a nice hot day, not cloudy, not too humid. I asked Kay if she wanted to go to the community pool. After we swam around for a little bit, we decided to go sit down and order some food. While we were waiting for the food to get to the pool, Kay said that she is no longer friends with Aubrey. Once the food arrived, we sat down and ate and talked. We talked for almost an hour. Kay was venting about all the stuff that Aubrey put her through. I'm not going to mention all that she told me due to privacy, but I will mention one. Aubrey made fun of how Kay looked constantly. She bullied her style, her acne. She even went as far as making racist remarks about her eyes, saying that they looked Chinese. Kay has sort of small eyes when she doesn't have her glasses on. They're not tiny or anything, but she kept mentioning that her eyes made her look Chinese. Kay is not even Asian, and she would mention so much that it made Kay not want to be seen without glasses. So now she's insecure about her eyes because of that piece of crap. Kay is honestly so darn beautiful, and Aubrey made her feel less than, and that makes my heart ache. 2, this is kind of random, but Aubrey's grandma is trying to get her tested for BPD. 3, Kay had a birthday sleepover, and Aubrey was there. Aubrey doesn't have her own phone, so she would get peeved if Kay or any of the girls were on their phone. She actually took their phones from their hands, but that's not the worst. Aubrey snuck down to the kitchen in the middle of the night and stole Kay's parents' alcohol. She left the cup that had juice in it and blamed it on Kay when her mom found it. 4, our teachers made little yearbooks for us. They were little booklets that had prompts for your friends and teachers to write in about you, and there was an autograph area in the back like an actual yearbook. Aubrey, because she's so nice, wrote in the back of Kay's in the autograph section, "Kill yourself, smiley face, Aubrey." Guess what? She got a bit of punishment that
You're lying! I'll cut you off!
She got the same punishment that she did when she bit me. Stay away from Kay at all times, and they're not allowed to be in the same class. Honestly, I hope that Aubrey keeps this crap up because she needs to get expelled or her butt whooped. So yeah, there's my rant.
That sounds like she needs to have a butt whooping. So,
oh my God, you're dead. You're fired. You're never going to work here.
Yeah. You know, as you were reading all that, I was thinking high school hasn't changed much. They just have more ways of, sending out TikToks and Facebook, and we settled it the old fashioned way. High noon in the hallway, but guess you can't do that anymore, but you can kick him in the cooch and it's okay.
Like I half expected that to end with finding out that Aubrey liked her.
I suspect she does. Here's something else, and they won't see this now, but they will in 5-10 years. That was all a bunch of crap in there, all going to be friends. It's just the way it is. Either that or there'll be a murder, one or the other. So it's going to go to one extreme or the other. But here's my concern is, since she messaged you directly, you're now her friend. Ooh.
I will not kick you in the crotch.
Well, I would. Well, only if you pay me. But yeah, that's a low blow. I mean, guys don't even do that to other guys. So
no, and I mean, like back in school, we might jokingly punch each other in the tit.
Oh, well, no, we'd walk it down the hall and we'd do nut check. Yeah, we'd do that all the time.
Hell,
we did that at the firehouse. But yeah, it's.
I just love.
I have so many questions. I wanted to know how many people were in this bedroom or cabin. How many?
Yeah.
How high up the bunks were? Because if there were people high enough to not know it was, there's good gooch kicking going on the next to the last one. Yeah, either that or we've raised a society that they were so attached to their phone that they didn't pay any attention to the.
That is
cooch
entirely
kicking.
possible.
Can I say that on the air? Cooch kicking? I don't know.
That's fine. But I love the one little sentence, pee hole adjacent.
Pee hole adjacent. Yeah. Well, there wasn't a freckle there, so she pointed it out, I guess. But I was waiting for you to say Grandma brought pictures of the bite mark and wanted to compare dental records or something. I was like, there's going to be a turn somewhere to this.
Well,
I hope
I'm glad that, I hope Grandma and her delusion is okay.
Grandma probably drinks heavily because it sounds like these kids are a handful.
Well, and I mean, she is getting her checked for bipolar depression, so.
That's good. Of course, unfortunately, they'll just shove a pill down their throat, but she may need it. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Please don't take medical advice from me. But don't take any advice from me.
Except if it's like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh, yes. Yes. Please like, comment, follow, and subscribe. And I'm noticing our viewer count. We've got quite a few viewers. So if anybody wants to call in with their story, we'd love to hear it. So.
And I want to thank all of the lovely people from the Reddit community who were so kind to comment their stories.
We do need a Reddit channel or whatever. What do you call it? Subreddit. We need a Misfit show subreddit.
I'm sure we can make one.
I don't know what we'd talk about, but we've just for instances like this. We need to do it before that other show does. They'll copy us. They'll say it was their ideas.
I'm on it.
Better do it quick. They could be watching at any minute. So
I don't know. How do you create a community?
I have no idea. Ladies and gentlemen, and for our online viewers, please hang on just a minute. We're going to sign off with the FM radio with WDJY. Thank you for allowing us to tickle your ears for the past hour and come into your homes, cars, iPads, whatever instruments you have. We appreciate it. Please go over to YouTube and follow Sportcat shows. Like, follow, share, and subscribe. Greg, hold on tight 1 second. Let me push a button here. As soon as I find the button. I got too many buttons.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I'm Miranda Maverick, and when I'm in fight camp, I never listen to the Sportcat podcast.
Okay, and for those of you that are not familiar with the rules, we are now in the no-fly zone, and we are off FM radio, so we are allowed to say whatever we'd like. So Greg Kos, I guess, K-O-S, asked Cheyenne, are you a military veteran?
I am not. I am just the child of some.
Okay. Well, Greg is, that's a good question. Well, I think it's because you give such good advice.
I mean, for my lovely advice of pedophiles staying away from schools, yeah, I would say that's
well, but we've now stepped it up a notch with we're not only dealing with the pedophiles, we're now dealing with the 14-year-olds. So, Greg, please come over to YouTube, the Sportcat shows, and give us a thumbs up, like, follow, and subscribe. And if you have a question you want to call in and talk to Cheyenne, and Shay will let you 1-888-88-YERGZ on your phone pad. We will be here for
bring your best dad jokes.
Yeah, we can we could be non-FM friendly now. So, and anybody that has a question, we
do have a subreddit now.
Oh, well, you have to send me a link. So I'm on Reddit, but I don't really go on there a whole lot. So Bobby told me that there's a subreddit for everything.
Pretty much. There are like compilation videos that basically just an AI voice will read of some of the craziest stuff from Reddit, like that. Like doctors of Reddit, what's the worst, blah 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 blah, and it's typically pretty gruesome, and I love listening to those. So I was like, well, I gotta get on the. We couldn't
put that on the air, but yeah. Speaking of that, with the AI, we were going to do the AI show last night, talking about the military and the AI, and our guest was without power and internet because of Hurricane Burl down in the Gulf Coast. So he's going to come back on. I wanted to make sure that we get that information, because military and AI, to me, that seems to be a what's it called when two opposite things come together? You know, one likes to blow things up and the other is analytical. So I'm curious as to how that really works. So, yeah. Oh, we do have. Hey, I wonder if I can. Let's see if I can do this, shall I? I'll see. If the old man can learn technology here. Whoa, that was a lot of noise. I can. Oh, Wendell says Bobby is full of drama. I'm going to put this up here on the screen. Also, remind me, I'll try and put it in the comments when we're done. I'll start putting it all the the notes, show notes. So if you want to find our Reddit screen, you can go to, because Cheyenne is almost like Matt with AI. She is on top of it with this. Do you have to have all those letters after it, or can it just be Sportcats Misfits?
r/Sportcats Misfits.
So you don't need all that other stuff then. Okay.
Let me see. I didn't see how it sent to you. No, you can literally just type r/Sportcats Misfits.
Great. Let me edit that so we can get that up there, because we want people to go to Reddit and find it.
Share all your shenanigans.
Shenanigans, things you want to get on the show ideas. If you want us to call and do something for you, we might even be willing to do that. We can make outbound calls. A prank call somebody, but if you want to call and break up with them and you want somebody else on the line just in case, Shine would be willing to do that. So I'm willing to push the buttons. We're willing to be that.
I cannot promise there won't be any slight intermittent giggles. But I will do my best.
Could be. Well, that might be something we have to do after the non-FM hours in case they drop a few of the choice words. So
or hey, you want to come on here and propose to your significant other?
That would be awesome. Or tell them, hey, you're going to be a baby daddy. I would welcome that. That would be great. We could do some Springer stuff. Yeah. Yeah. We just need to make sure you're an adult first. I don't know that I want any young people doing that.
Please don't.
Yeah, please don't. Wendell says that YouTube is all he needs. Well, there's more out there. I'm guilty of not doing the TikTok. I get
my inboxes.
Yeah, but some other shows are just like, posting clips from every one of their shows, and I post maybe one in every 6 or 8. I don't know. I'm just not that. I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan. So, but my TikTok message box is full, not just from Chinese people trying to sell me challenge coins, but from people of all kinds of craziness. So
I
don't know.
My former assistant manager sends me goofy stuff on there all the time, and really anymore, if I want to go look at what's going on TikTok, I don't even click like the main part. I just click on the friends part and see like what my friends have posted. That's all I'll immediately do is click over on friends, because like if I don't, I'm gonna get sucked in.
Yeah, I think maybe I need to start doing that, because I get sucked in all the time on TikTok. Like I said, I'll end up going on there for something like how to install a carburetor and end up looking at how to pan gold in the Himalayas. So
you never know.
Wendell says he posts his junk on TikTok.
TikTok isn't OnlyFans, Wendell.
I would think that Reddit would be a better place to post your junk. I mean, if you post your junk,
they do have some weird subreddits out there, so I'm sure it would be welcome.
I gotta admit, I found some strange ones. Yes.
Yeah,
so.
I did too.
I found some very strange ones. I found some so strange, even as a paramedic, I went, ooh, ew. And it's bad when you make a paramedic go, oh, ooh, let me back up.
No, I found one on there, and I don't even remember how. But I will never be able to unsee what I saw.
Yes.
And you could make purchases on that subreddit.
I'm almost curious, but okay.
If you wanted to purchase anything used from a lady's time of the month.
Oh, no. Not interested at all.
Mm-hmm.
But that's apparently a thing.
Yep.
Well, you remember one of the guests of the show. She sells sweaty garments, and I asked her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, people love it." I'm like, why?
I mean, I don't understand feet pics, but I mean, if that's your thing. But
feet are so ugly.
Yeah, I don't.
Just like, in general, I've never seen a pretty foot.
I'm okay with my own feet, but don't touch me with your feet.
Oh God, that was one of the things I hated when I was young EMT, because EMT is always the one at the end of the stretcher. And this is before they had the oxygen bottle down there, and the oxygen bottle didn't help. And the old people's feet would hang off and they'd rub up against your uniform. Yeah, I hated that. I hated it with a passion. I'd be like, yeah. So
no, and my sister is like that too.
Nursing home feet too. Oh yeah. Yeah. So
I'm feeling very triggered right now.
and I've also been the one that we've moved one patient over from the stretcher to the hospital bed. And we hear this, and everybody in the room looks around and we're like, "What was that?" And it was a body part that fell right off.
Okay, now see, those are the type of like doctors of Reddit videos that I'm talking about. Like, it's bad.
JT just likes to put his hand up things behind. I don't know if he's into feet, so I have to ask Sonya that. So.
But my sister has that same deal with feet. And it was before I realized I was the same way. So I used to, like, when I'd sit on the couch, curl my legs underneath myself. And she might sit down and my feet would touch her legs. She'd be like, oh, quit. Ew, stop it. And then I would just chase after her with my feet, freaking her out.
These monkey toes or something? I mean,
no, I feel like I have very cute feet.
I just feel like you were chasing her with your little toes across the couch.
Yeah, just like a
cousin. Is it?
No, I think it was just hand.
I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, but
yeah, exactly. You remember the guy we had on the show? It was one of our very first Grinning Guardians. And this guy come on, he was talking about he made holders for coins, and then he starts pulling out the things that he made that weren't for challenge coins. And he had the hand in dried leather. And I was like, what is that? And whatever his cousin, whatever,
it's
Thing. Yeah. He's like, oh, that's Thing. And I'm like, that just looks so wrong on the internet. He goes, oh, but I'm selling them. Yeah. Yeah.
You can keep those.
Yeah. He made spiders out of dried leather that were realistic looking, that were like big. I'm talking like 3 feet wide. And he's like, people buy these all the time. Halloween, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't like the feet, and then there are those pictures that will pop up that people have like superimposed all those holes that look like they're bleeding. It'll show it on like hands or on feet, and I triggered myself. Oh god. I tried to sit through a thing to help me with that. And I was just like laying on the bed like
counseling?
Well, thinking if I looked at it more.
Oh, exposure therapy. Gotcha.
And it did no. I like was in the fetal position on the bed. Just going like I was just like
yeah, there's some things you just shouldn't do. It sounds like one of them.
Now, like, I love pimple popping videos and those different type of videos. Love that.
So, Amanda. Welcome. Hop over to YouTube and find us under the Sportcat shows. Like, follow, share, and subscribe. And if you have a question for Cheyenne, she's more than willing to answer them. So, welcome to the show. Yeah.
I don't know where it is, but I've seen the videos. It's somewhere overseas that they can I don't even directly remember how they get it, but it's typically on their feet and toes and like from Japan. Fantastic.
You're not going to sell me any coins, pins, or badges. Sorry.
Tell us about
I know what you're up to. I'm onto your games. No, and no. I've got a vendor. Jesus Christ. Next it'll be WhatsApp. So. I'll tell you what, Amanda, you know what? If you want to send me a challenge coin, call the 1-888-88-YERGZ. We'll talk about it.
You can send all advertisements to bobbydizzle.com.
I wouldn't even wish that on him.
But
since I posted that coin, let's see, I've gotten 3 WhatsApp, 4 Instagram, how many Facebook, and now apparently they're following me over here. Well, hopefully they'll give me a follow, like and a subscribe and thumbs up. But what? It's the wrong show. Friday night, Grinning Guardian Gang. That's where we talk challenge coins. You can call in then. We'd love it.
Well, we didn't get to talk about it yesterday, so.
Yeah, that's true. So every little way. I mean, I'm gonna get a text next. I swear to God.
Hey, I mean, you can appreciate their they've got a lot of drive.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and
maybe it's competitive business. I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm making a really cool coin. Actually, I didn't get to show it last night. Let's see if I can figure out how to show it tonight on here. I'm making a really cool coin for all my Tennessee fans. Matt and I worked on this, and it's I hate to say it, but it's perfect. It's for the Tennessee Volunteers. national championship win. And it's got all the team colors. It pivots, it rotates, it does all kinds of cool things, and I like it. But okay, I don't know what the hell button I just pushed, but that wasn't the right button. Trying to bring it up on the screen and show it to you. It's a really cool coin. It really is. And I'm hoping that some people like it enough to buy it for their collection. Let's see, share screen. And for those of you listening on YouTube or yergsradio.com, basically, I have designed a challenge coin that is for the college baseball team, University of Tennessee, and it's shaped like the baseball field. It's got the diamond. It's got the Tennessee logo, national championships with the college championship logo. Inside is the trophy, and it's Tennessee colors. And it pivots. And it's on top of 2 baseball bats. It's kind of cool. You should buy it. Or if you don't want to, you can try and sell it to me. One or the other. So
well,
Amanda, that's not your real name, is it?
I was wanting to know about the food.
That's not Amanda's real name. That's not her real name. Yeah, I had this guy that was trying to sell me a coin.
What if you're insulting her?
Well, then I'm sorry, but typically it's not. So this guy's messaging me, and his name's like Joe or something. And finally I asked him, like, dude, you've been driving me nuts for like 6 months. Your name's not really Joe, is it? And he tells me his real name. I don't remember what it was. And I don't want to say something stereotypical, but it's like, just be honest. You're trying to sell me something,
What is it? Like, I'd remember that.
Okay, so Amanda, I am wrong then. Amanda, I am wrong then. So she is the co-host of the Spooky Japan podcast. Now that is something we would like to get on to our Wednesday show where we talk paranormal, because I don't think we've had Europe.
I told you.
I'm just so desensitized to being contacted about that. She says she saw Greg in here. Okay, well, Greg, we're glad you're here too. So that we've had people from Europe, but we've not had anybody from Asia talk about spooky stuff. Europe is usually, they talk about the haunted castles and UFOs. What do they talk about in Japan? I mean, I guess it's the same thing.
I'd say the ghosts. I've seen a lot of different videos with like Chinese, Japanese, Korean
Asian
ghost stories.
I don't think I've ever seen a one.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it's a phenomenon. Do they have Bigfoot over there? Ooh, now that's a question I need to know the answer to. Because I know in like Russia,
Go, Amanda.
Please. Do they have? I know they do in Russia, but I don't know if they do in like Asia. Wendell, Google that. Tell me, do they have Bigfoot in Asia?
He says they do.
I doubt they have them in the Middle East though, because there's not many trees. Where would they hide?
In the sand.
That's just scary. You can just walk along and just a hand comes up and grabs you because you're walking over a Bigfoot nest.
Those are like those sand spiders that do that.
Oh, dude, those crickets are for real over there. I've been to Kuwait. Well, I've been to Kandahar, Kuwait. Where else have I been? I don't know. Somewhere over there. And let me tell you, those crickets are no joke. They are literally 3 inches long by like 6 inches tall. They're huge. And they don't jump like a normal cricket. They launch and get like airborne like the grasshoppers do. But they don't have wings. And they're creepy. Yeah, like if one's in your hotel room, it'll like jump from the back of the hotel room to the front of the hotel room in like one jump. And it's like, oh yeah.
Now I've got to see what these look like.
They're big. She says, okay, well, see, all right, Amanda, we love this, Amanda. They do have a version of Bigfoot called Hibagon. It's a 5 feet tall, but it's 10 inches long and 6 inches wide. Smells like rotten flesh. Huh. I'm gonna have to look that up. Is it? Huh. Yeah, the crickets. Yeah, the ones in Afghanistan are no joke. So, but yeah, I have to look that up. Heck, I'd never heard of that. So, Amanda, if you'd like to come on the Paranormal Guys show, if you talk spooky stuff and talk about Bigfoot, please, by all means, we'd love it. Because, like I said, we've had a lot of Europeans talk, mostly haunted castles and UFOs. Didn't we have a guy? Oh, yes, we did in my early shows. In Europe, you see them in all the church paintings and drawings. It's they call it like the Green Man or something. It's like the Plant Man, like Swamp Thing. Mm-hmm. They do have that in Europe, yes. Yeah. Hold on here, Amanda. I'm being serious too. I wasn't trying to be offensive earlier. I'll explain my shenanigans to you. Shoot me a message at this email, paranormalguys with a Z, paranormalguys with a Z at gmail.com. And yeah, we'd probably have to tape delay it because I think you guys are like 12 hours ahead of us. So it would be early or late. So yeah, we could probably record an episode. That'd be great. I'd love that. And where do my buttons go? There we go. Put that back up. She says they're 13. So it's just lunchtime over there. Okay. Yeah, we could do that. If you're in a free one Wednesday, I see 9 o'clock our time would be what, 10 o'clock your time in the morning. If you're free one Wednesday morning, heck, we'll have you on the show. Speaking of that, this Wednesday night we have Sin. Is it Sin, right? And then is Glenda coming back?
As far as I know, from the last email she sent.
Okay, so we're gonna have a great show Wednesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. Sin talks about a lot of ghosts in East Tennessee, Northern Alabama, and she's got some great stories. She's written a couple books, and then Glenda in the last hour.
Oh, she was a hoot.
She's just an amazing individual. She's very talented, and she has so many things to talk about. I normally don't have a guest come back that quick, but I felt like we'd only scratch the surface with her. So,
like I said, if she came back, she'd have to sing for us.
Okay. So she's going to be on your show. Awesome. You need to also get up with... go ahead.
Amanda, I sent you a friend request.
How did you find her that quick?
It's called typing it in.
Okay, well, old man here. I don't know how to, so.
I can see what her profile picture is on there, so I typed her into Facebook.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. Yeah, Cheyenne is my paranormal assistant, so she'll get it set up. That's why I need you, because I don't know how to do this stuff. I'm lost without you in so many ways. So, well, since nobody's going to call us, even though we've still got quite a few viewers, I would love to get some more input, either in the chat or calling us in. I think I'll call it a night. Otherwise, I mean, I'm glad we have viewers, and I please come over to the Sportcat shows, like, follow, share, and subscribe. We have this show. Normally, there's a gaggle of us on here, but it's summertime, so people are on vacation, out and about doing things. So, we kind of have people fill. And in a few weeks, I'm going to be off when we go to Vermont for my grandchild. So, even though I think I got the remote studio thing worked out now. I think I got it worked out. So, it won't be as bad. So we have this show Saturday nights from 9 to 11 Eastern. Wednesday is our paranormal show where we're not just paranormal. We have Glenda. She does have paranormal experience and she has paranormal events occurred in her life. I felt like we were also with her getting we were making her remember things.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool.
Even said that.
Yeah. Like we were being regression for. But so we have entertainers, athletes, anybody, because everybody has a paranormal story.
Artists,
comic book artists, authors. And I'm just finishing up one of our authors' books. J.M. Adams. He was on 3 months ago, and I'm just now finishing while I was in Tennessee finishing up his book. Holy cow. The end. It's called Second Term. It's kind of a novel about present day. It's almost like an alternate history that's present day. So the ending of it, holy cow, it's a cliffhanger. So I'll probably finish reading that tonight. Catching up on my reading. J.M. Adams, Second Term. Oh, from last week. Yes. I need to message him too. Because he was great. So we have authors, comic book artists, we have everything come on the show and talk about paranormal stuff. And Bigfoot, that's my favorite. So there were some people on Facebook the other day messing with Bobby about Bigfoot, and I had to just jump in there and be like, you people don't get out in the woods, do you? You're sitting here behind the keyboard saying they don't exist. How about this? Instead of me proving to you they do exist, why don't you prove to me from behind your keyboard they don't? And, well, hold on. I got a sound effect for that somewhere. They were mighty, mighty quiet. They were just, yeah. So.
You said it was J.M. Adams?
Yeah. Second Term is the name of the book. Great book. And then on Friday nights, we have the Grid and Guardian show. It's a public safety show where we have authors, military people come on and talk about our stuff. I don't know if I've got any Bart Nunley books, but I do have a ton of Bigfoot books, so it's hard to say. I've read so many of them. So I've got a lot of the older ones too, Wendell. But the Grid and Guardian shows about public safety with firefighters, paramedics, cops, military. Come on, and we talk about whatever. PTSD is a real common thread here recently in our society. We talk about that, and we get lots of great advice. The last guest had some. Was it the double-edged sword? Wasn't it? Some great advice. So, check that out because it's just a cool, rounded show. Well, Wendell's that friend we talk about, toxic friends. He's one up and he has autograph copies. Well, poo on you, Wendell.
Well, I've got the whole guy, so one up that.
Whoa, you went full in. So check us out on the other shows. And next week, who do we have on the paranormal, guys? I don't have my calendar up. I am totally that's right. I done said Sin and Glenda. Good God, I am tired. I need to just go to bed. I don't know who we got on Grid and Guardian. Do you know?
Derek Hanley, U.S. Air Force and U.S. Army vet, and he's the author of Photos from the Front Lines and Behind the Skirmish Line.
That's great. book. Okay, Wendell, you got me. He's got their autographs on a t-shirt. I have everybody from Finding Bigfoot, the original season, on a signed Tennessee Volunteers football jersey. So there, Wendell. Huh. I think I washed them all off by mistake.
They were there.
I think Bobo's is still there, and what was the scientist? Her name? I think hers is still there, but I think Moneymakers is gone. I think he used Invisible Ink to start with, so he wanted money for his autograph. I don't pay you for your autograph. So yeah, anybody wants my autograph, just feel free to message me. I will give it to you. I'm a nice guy. But come check us out.
You have to like, follow, share, and subscribe.
Oh yes, that's correct. I will only autograph. And I will autograph any personal item you send to me. Keyword there. Any personal item you send to me, I will autograph. I'll put the little cat paw print on it. Sportcat approved. So get in touch with Cheyenne. Get in touch with Cheyenne. She will get it to me. I'm going to put that on you. Please
and I will email you the address of where you can send those.
Please send all those things to Cheyenne. She will be more than glad to forward them. That's not something I'm going to send to Bobby Dizzle. So,
any scandalous voice messages you can send to BobbyDizzle.com.
Oh, sure. Whoa, hold on. What the heck? Why is it jumping like a... Well, they can send us a message, too, over on speakpipe.com. Good God, stop that. What is it doing? Stop.
It's like, come on, get off.
Speakpipe.com/Sportcat. Shoot us a voicemail if you're too afraid to call us on the 1-888-88-YERGS. Thank you to the Parapost Network for allowing us on your network. Thank you to Yergs Radio. Oh, Wendell, you don't have my autograph, so there. So, somebody has that other. Oh, I'm going to turn this thing up before I say something stupid. Copycat.